Good morning. Today is the day that I get my bulbs in the lawn. It's the first day in a while that hasn't rained, so I'm going to make the most of that and get straight outside into that lawn and start digging my holes. Okay, so I'm going to plant these today. I'm going to scatter them on the lawn and then dig holes where they land to make it look more natural. So let's see how this will go. It's very windy today. Okay, so I've scattered them. This may be a foolhardy plan because I'm probably going to miss a few, but try to make it look as natural as I can. Now it's time to dig a billion holes. All done. Good morning again from my lean-to. Now, I didn't get all the jobs I wanted to get done yesterday. Unfortunately, after I got my bulbs in, it started to rain. So I had intended to get my first set of garlic in, but that didn't happen. So I'm going to do it all today. I'm also going to give you a quick little tour around the garden and spend some of the rest of the time, once I've got my garlic in, tidying up and picking my beetroot. I really like to pickle them today to get them out of the soil and to see what the situation is with the ones in the pots. So without further waffle, I'm going out there. So yesterday I put in the bulbs in there, and today I'm going to plant my garlic. I'm planting it where I had my onions, which is not ideal, but it's the most fertilised area. I've popped a bit of grass cuttings in here and remainders of the potato compost that was in the potatoes. So that's the best nourishment I can give it at the moment. I'm going to pull up my beetroot today and get the rest of those pickled. The celery is a bit of a sad disaster, and beans are just leaving them on there to dry out. Time to plant my early garlic. It's definitely time to pull up the courgettes now. There's one tiny one on one of them, but it's starting to rot the rest of the plants, so I'm going to rip them up. Put them in the compost heap. So I think my soil's okay because there's quite a lot of worms in it, so it's a good sign. Now I realise there's probably little to no point weeding these leeks because they are a bit of a disaster, but I'm going to do it anyway to see if maybe one or two tiddly ones we could have in a stir fry. So while the sun's out and before I start on my picking my seed off from my run of beans, I thought I'd quickly give you a little tour around to show you where we're at. So last month I dug up the mint and the lemon balm and treated it with insecticide indoors. It's still got some bite marks from the leaf hoppers, but it dies back in the winter anyway, so I'll keep an eye on those. Beetroot are still here. I'm going to pick these out today and add them to the ones I pulled out of the main allotment two-bit. I'm sure they're going to be mostly like that, but it's worth pulling them up to see. Then we have my ranunculus that have finally decided to come back to life. A bit late to come back to life, but at least the bulb's not dead. Then my junctus twister grasses. I've got 3 of these. I'm just giving this one a haircut to see if it makes it a little less woody. My strawberries that Ben's mum bought us, another ranuncular back there. And I noticed when I've just been picking off some of the dead leaves, we've even got a blooming strawberry and a flower down there. So I don't know what's going on. I'm going to cut that off because the plant doesn't need to be making strawberries right now. But yeah, they're still okay. I think there's a few baby ones that have self-seeded in there that I didn't catch in time, but never mind. Another pot of ranunculus, which I don't, might be that one there, but mostly weed. The junctus, as I've said, little tree, which is suffering with what's it called? I think it's like a vine weevil. So I'm going to treat that. There you go, see something in there. I'll treat him. Gooseberry plant, which is finally budding back up again. It got absolutely savaged by slugs and bugs and caterpillars in the garden, so I hid him down here to hopefully protect him a little bit, but he is now starting to bud up again, so there is hope. In this pot is the raspberry canes that my friend from work gave me, and they're starting to show some signs of life. I do want to put these into the main garden at some point before the end of winter. Let's pick this up. I used up all my bone meal yesterday doing my bulbs, so I have to still put the ones under there, but I've got to wait for that to arrive. And then we have my rhubarb, which you can see is now completely died back. We really want everything fruit-based to go along that fence there at the top, but we shall see if that happens this year. There's my 2 blackberry bushes, which are again also budding up. This one's doing that as well. Date palm still doing nothing. Now, I don't know what to do about this, but this pumpkin has got 2 pumpkins on it. This one looks like it might be rotting off a bit. No, I'm going to leave it because I don't know what else to do, but they've not grown in about 2 months, probably because it's too cold and all the rest of it, but I don't know what to do, whether to cut them off, and if you can use them at this size, are quite tiddly. I don't know, but I'll have to think on that one. And then we have the veg, which doesn't seem to ever want to give up flowering. It's amazing that came out from 2 tiny little. It's supposed to be really good for the soil, I've been reading. So what I do with it, I don't know. Might just leave it until I can figure out what to do with that, but it's, if there is any bees around, at least there'll be some food for them. I mean, I know it's supposed to be kind of like a weed, but how pretty are those little flowers? And it really has been a saviour to the bees this year, so it may not be a sweet pea, but it goes with my ethos of wildflowers for next year, so I'm definitely going to, if I don't keep this, pick off some of the leaf pods and plant the seeds, because there is copious amounts of it, but it's become a rather tangled, step back so you can see, a rather tangled mess. But it is sitting next to my dahlias, which are not looking their finest. We have had a frost now, so it will be, oh God, it will soon be time to dig them up. I've just broken that branch off. Never mind, I'm guessing that's small flowers for indoors. Yeah, I will be digging them up shortly. Again, I have to find out exactly what to do because I've never grown them before. I don't really know, but they are looking rather motley. They weren't, oh, like an orange grasshopper thing. lost it now. Oh, he's gone. Anyway, he clearly likes them. They are a sad affair. And then there's a little one at the end. Again, all these flowers are dying off, so they will be dug up soon. That's not so bad. Look at that one. Pot of gladioli, a disaster. Now onto the veg. And this is look at my cauliflowers. I don't even know what's happened here. I'm guessing a slug has attacked it, but it's I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to do. It's gone all kind of brown. Can I eat that? I don't know. I could probably eat the stem. It's quite nice anyway, but the little one, he's fine and dandy. Not the one there, fine and dandy, but the other ones, the more mature ones, that's been ravaged. Look at that. Munched. So, to pull them up or to leave them, I'll do a bit of research. Look at the state of that. Oh dear. The potatoes we moved back to where the tomatoes were, and then we have another disaster, which is the celery. Now I've tried eating this. It is the bitterest damn celery you will ever eat, and so I'm going to be putting some of these up today and putting them in a stew. I think is the only saviour for this mess of disaster that I have created. So yeah. Oh well, and the other patch over there, which I'll go to in a sec, are just as bad. I should have pulled them up earlier. Never mind. Well, I plucked my garlic. You'll have seen me a bit half an hour ago or so. I dug the early purple garlic in there. Pulled out the beetroot. I've left the leaves on the top to try and add a bit of compostation. Then we have, which, and to be fair, these are looking slightly more vibrant. But yeah, I left them too long. They didn't get to the size I thought they'd get, so and then we've had frost. Disaster. So in this, I'm going to leave the frame up, but I'm going to take the pods off today and dry them out, because again we've had a frost, so they're starting to go a bit mushy on the ones that we're drying out. So that's my next job after finished talking to you. And last but not least, where the marrows were, I've just been putting the grass cuttings in there, any bits of composty bits that I can find, and my leeks, which you'll have seen I've just weeded, but are a utter disaster. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about 5 disasters here, but I'm not going to be sorry about it, because at the end of the day I enjoyed doing it, and if it was like my 20th go at it in this garden and this happened, I would be annoyed. But it's all a learning curve. I haven't grown anything in this soil before. I didn't know what pests would appear and wouldn't appear, so I'm not sad about it. And I've had quite a nice few dinners out of our little allotment this year. Regarding next year, I'd still like to put something along there. I don't know what, because as I say, some quite hefty trees there, but maybe some fruit bushes or some fruit trees. And then along here, which we left all wildernessy, I definitely want to put my fruit bushes that are down there, raspberry canes, rhubarb and blackcurrant, sorry, in here. But that's a winter dig over, which is not now. Okay, so that's the garden in mid-November. Difference between the ones grown in the topsoil, they're definitely a bit more meaty, like wiry roots on them, but that's still my best one. So while I wait for this to boil up, I'm going to nip outside and pick my celery. It should have been picked by the end of October, and it's now November, so that explains why it looks like a mess. So I'm going to harvest all those, and then I'm going to see what they're like, and probably freeze most of it. So let me get on with it. Beetroot's all cooked and peeled and washed. I'm leaving the tails on because there's not a lot left if I cut all that off. I'm now going to heat up some malt vinegar. This has actually got bits of ginger and stuff. It was left over from a chutney I made the other day, so I'm going to actually pickle it in this for a change. But all you normally need is some malt vinegar, enough to cover your beetroot, and a little pinch of sugar to make it sweeter. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm sterilising 2 jars with some boiling water while the vinegar heats up. So let's go. All of that beetroot fit in here, so it's a bit embarrassing, but I'm sure it'll be delicious nonetheless.